Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. And shout out to our sponsors, Renew Smoothies and Salads. We're going to have some food here today, guys. Some tasty little treats to keep your the drinks flowing. Yeah, no, keep the drinks flowing. Don't be throwing up in here. And Young and Traveling Massages. We love you. Thank you so much. Shout out to Teddy T. DJ L Blaze is on a break. And Legendary Visions and Stefan, Live Events TV. Let's go. Okay. Let's get into it. Yo, Mac, how was your week?
My week was pretty good. As you know, last weekend I traveled to Jersey, made it back in time for the Jeezy event at Studio 183. We had a great time.
Yeah, we did.
Some
I like
of us
to
lost
forget
our
those things.
Yeah, and then after that, you know, my normal workouts during the week. I added yoga, so now I'm taking yoga and things like that. You know, of course, tennis and training with Coach P and everything. And then I filled in for Mathis this week. You know, so I joined y'all at Strong Arm Radio this week. And
shout out to Strong Arm Radio.
Right. Y'all can see the sweat beads coming down my forehead. So I did that this week, and that was dope as well. And then I took E out. E gets married tomorrow, so congratulations to him. We went out for dinner with, you know, a group of friends and everybody to kind of celebrate him and his wedding tomorrow.
Yeah, so you guys eating some escargot.
Yeah.
I was like, not me, not me. But my week was pretty cool too. I've been over here at Strong Arm every day, working working with Teddy T. He's amazing, but he's getting me ready for my gig, 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. midnight. We're going to be live every night, Monday to Friday. We're going to just keep the music going. We're going to bring in some great shows. And we're going to just do the damn thing because, I mean, Strong Arm Radio, Black Radio, that's what it's about, you know?
Right, and then definitely there's certain hours where people can tune in on FM stations too.
Yeah, well, that's during the day. That's when Teddy T's on 88.7. Definitely check him out, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. But right now with Strong Arm Radio, you might want to download TuneIn. That's an app. And then you can listen anytime from anywhere, you know, all music all the time, all talking music. So it's going to be dope. But I also want to remind you, check on your friends. A lot of things been going on. Check on your friends, even your strong ones, especially your strong ones. Don't check on me, though, because I'm not telling y'all my business. But check on your friends, because a lot of people are going through a lot of things right now. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, definitely do that.
Well, how was your week, man? I mean, we talked about mine.
I just told you.
Well, I feel like you talked about, like...
the radio. That's what I've been doing.
Okay, well, your daughter's in town.
He working me like a...
Your daughter's here?
She been here.
Okay. All right, a little shout out.
Shout out to Naya. She been here since Christmas. Damn. Nah, but let's get into some sports, Mac.
Okay. So the Cleveland Browns defensive lineman Malik McDowell, he was arrested for like indecent exposure and like resisting arrest.
Oh, I saw that.
There was like some footage of it too. I don't understand the backstory. I didn't dig too deep.
I wonder if he was on drugs. I don't know, because he was running around naked and he just happened to walk into, I guess, property that was a learning center. There's a clip right there. Oh, there it goes. Wow.
Of him being arrested. And this was in Broward County?
Well, maybe it wasn't drugs. You know, CTE is real. You say it all the time.
That too. But the thing about what CTE is, like I say, they can't determine until after you die.
Yeah.
And they have to study your brain. So
poor guy, man.
There's definitely things that they should be doing besides just giving money for CTE cases is giving some type of therapy as well. But the season just ended.
Yeah,
that's a clip.
He going through it. I just feel bad. There's so many cops on him that the one was kicking his leg. It's just too much.
Well, you already know they're going to feel intimidated. It's the big black guy, he's NFL player, so, you know, maybe overpower them. So they're definitely going to feel like they need the manpower to be able to control him.
Oh, that's crazy. I feel like the NFL guys were in the news like crazy this week, because what about the Kansas City player, Willie Gay?
Oh, yeah, I've seen that too.
He got arrested too, right?
For breaking a vacuum?
He broke a vacuum during a domestic argument or domestic dispute with his child's mother or something like that. But I want to know why the vacuum.
Well, at least he didn't put his hands on her.
No, definitely. But I mean, you know, some people. Some people like, you know, punch the wall, like the vacuum.
The vacuum probably was just there, and he was frustrated and knocked it over, or broke it, or whatever.
At least we know she like a clean house was right there, then that's what's up. But I was really saddened to hear that. Like, I'm sick of these guys really just and trying to intimidate and getting aggressive and doing all of that. But at the same time, you know, you don't want to see all these families destroyed because now he's gonna go to jail,
Right.
and then, you know.
But how do you get charged for like a vacuum? Like, I don't understand that part.
Maybe, well, we know it's not assault because he didn't put his hands on her,
Right.
but maybe it's like threatening or intimidation. I don't know. Is that a charge?
I think it was property damage of $1,000.
Property damage, the vacuum? Yeah, I think my ex-husband
She
broke
probably
a
expensive
picture
vacuum.
frame before. I might try to look at his ass. Go back in the crates on that one. Nah, shout out to Speed. We cool now. We ain't got no beef. All right. No, but it's crazy. Hey, Tia. No, but I definitely did think that there was a lot of negativity going on with that.
Well, you know, guys, a lot of guys, the season just ended. It's like this is kind of a big release for them. That's a lot of pressure playing in that season. So a lot of those people who are going through things haven't made the playoffs, and it's kind of like a release, like kind of like let out of jail almost. So now you're kind of free until, you know, off-season workouts in April. And maybe they just was letting a little too loose.
Little frustration out. Just
A
going.
little frustration.
He's letting it all hang out, oh boy.
There's a lot of things. There's a lot of pressure that comes with that job. So you don't know what they're dealing with, and people, like you said, checking your strong friends. They're probably everybody's strong friend. So you don't know what they're dealing with. Nobody's checking to see what they're dealing with, and then it's a lot of frustration being built up. Could be from work, from family, a lot of things.
I was gonna say, could be
and
family
then
too.
he blows up and he takes it out on the vacuum. Luckily, you can be glad it was the vacuum.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of family with that too, because you don't know who all he's taking care of too.
Exactly.
We talk about that all the time, so you never know what's going on. But let's get into some more positive things with the NFL. Max
More
picks.
positive things. Max picks. I want
Playoffs.
to hear y'all picks too. So we have the playoffs this Saturday and Sunday. You have San Fran versus Green Bay, and it's in Green Bay. And who do y'all feel like will win this matchup? They've played before in the past, and Green Bay won with like 32 seconds left in the game. They're playing at Lambeau Field, which I'm pretty sure it'll be somewhere between 18 and negative 6 degrees on Saturday. So you have the West Coast coming to the Midwest to deal with that temperature. So I feel like I kind of set y'all hands up a little bit, but who do y'all feel like will win that matchup?
Green Bay.
Green Bay. I think so too. I think it's hard to win in Lambeau Field, especially under those conditions, and that's what they're playing all the time. And they're used to it. Cali to come out there and play, and you're at home, and it's a playoff. So playoffs, everything elevates. The players' play elevates as well as the crowd's participation and yelling and screaming because it's basically do or die, like I told you, in the playoffs. Game number 2 for Saturday. Okay, game number 2 for Saturday is the Bengals versus the Titans.
The Titans.
I want the Titans to win too, but that's other.
Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So tell me why. All right. So first, the people who grew who grew
You
in
from out
Cincinnati.
there? How you rooting for somebody else?
Oh, but you from Ohio too, right?
Yes.
I don't care.
Oh, I hate those kind of people. You know, Teddy T knows I hate that. Like, you're from there, you're supposed to ride or die.
My team, that team will be the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, he's from Cleveland. Okay, yeah.
Oh, God, he's from Cleveland.
He's from Cincinnati.
He's from Cincinnati. Yeah, I forgot. I always like get Cincinnati. She be like Cleveland. I'm like, damn.
So why do y'all two feel Cincinnati win?
She's
No,
from
no,
Tennessee.
he too. He did too.
Oh, okay.
Titans.
I'm from there.
Okay,
Oh,
I gotta root for my team.
and then
Yeah, I think Cincinnati is a little bit more aggressive on the offense.
With Henry,
Okay.
you think it's a little bit more aggressive with Henry? You see how big
Like,
that
like,
man
like,
is?
you gotta understand, they know Tennessee is going to run the ball. They know
Right.
it's the same thing with AP. The difference is they're not going to try to game time. They're just trying to make sure they can't score.
but we're like Julio Jones and the receivers and everything over there in Tennessee.
They ain't worried about Julio.
Okay.
I love Julio.
Julio,
I do.
Julio will do it.
From back.
But they want, as long as they can maintain him,
Right.
Julio not going to beat him like that.
All right. And then who chose? You chose the Titans, right? Yeah. I want to see Tannehill do good. I do appreciate that the Bengals, this was their first playoffs since 31 years. So, I mean, that was great. Y'all won the first one, too, so that was great. It's been 31 years since being in the playoffs, and you won. Tannehill, that was a teammate of mine, so personally, I would like to see him be able to get to a Super Bowl. Like, you know what I'm saying? He came here, and I knew him as a young player. And then seeing him get out there and be able to kind of flourish, and he keeps getting into, like, the NFC Championship. He keeps getting close. So it's like, you keep knocking on the door, like, hopefully you finally get in. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully this is his year. I am happy for Cincinnati, too, but I feel like, okay, y'all made it in, so the next year do it again. Like, you know what I'm saying? And just build up like how Tennessee's been building up. So, you don't play football like that?
Yeah, ain't nobody seen Derrick Henry parents, so until we know what his parents look like, because that man's a man, he's not human.
So we ain't seen his parents.
Anybody else seen his
I'm
parents?
telling you.
Nobody knows what his daddy looked like, so until we see his parents, they're not going to the Super Bowl. So
Well, what if they show on the game this
I was
weekend?
gonna say, what if they did?
they might get the possibility. Cincinnati all day.
Okay. All right, and then on Sunday we have the Rams versus the Bucks. This is a tough one too for me too, because I feel like Tom Brady, whoever has the ball last is normally, I feel like in his games it always comes down to that. And if he has the ball last, he'll find a way to win. But the Rams have been playing pretty well. The Rams
What the
has
Rams doing?
a good defense, you know, D-line, secondary, and everything. And then their offense, Odell Beckham, he even just showed on the social media that they even drug tested him after having 6 TDs or something like that since he got there. So he seemed like he's getting in the rhythm. They have another receiver that's playing well as well. So I don't know. It's two teams that are, and with football, it's always any given Sunday. You have no clue who's going to play well, you know.
But if you had to pick one, you had to put money on the line.
If I had to pick,
You had to bet 500 right now.
I might go with the Bucks because they're traveling there. It's just he finds a way. You got to go with the person who has the most experience
That's true with the
in this situation.
That's
You
true.
know
I
what I'm
didn't
saying?
think about that.
He's dealt with this pressure. There's no more pressure.
There's
for
no
him.
pressure for him.
Yeah, it's like,
He's like,
I'm
this is
so
fun.
used to this.
I want to show you,
Yeah.
prove you wrong. Like, this is
And
fun.
I want to keep proving wrong. You know, it's hard to go against experience sometimes. Like, even though being
You
an
sound like you wanna
underdog is
say
like
something.
being an underdog, you feel like you have nothing to lose.
Don't ever bet against Tom Brady.
That's
Right.
Don't ever bet against Tom Brady.
we don't know that whole situation.
But you saying how they did AB or how AB did them?
Exactly. We don't know that whole situation.
No, because he had a
Still finna get a ring though.
I don't pay. They gonna force him.
And that's
They be
fine.
shooting
But
them
I have
shits up
broken
all the
records before
time.
too, though. But there's ways and there's times where you handle it as a professional. So you got to remember that too.
But he's a diva.
Is that an excuse? Are we giving an excuse?
We give him an excuse, but
No, it sounds like one.
That's definitely an excuse.
Because that could have been handled in the locker room. Like I said before, I've been in the locker room where a player and the coaches got into a physical altercation in the locker room, and it stayed within the locker room, and nobody outside of
Nobody
it knew.
knew.
So had that been the case, and you had something to get off your chest, could have waited till you got in the locker room, and nobody would have knew, and they would have kept it there. You know what I'm saying? But you did it in the middle of the game, took off everything,
That
walked
was
out, and
crazy.
made like a spectacle of everything. So there's a profession. You're a professional athlete, so in your career you have to make some professional decisions.
Yeah, if I was his wife, I'd have been
I'm
like,
actually friends with him, but I just feel like that wasn't done in a professional manner.
You heard me?
You know what I mean? So you still can voice your opinion because
I said the same thing.
I've voiced my opinion plenty of times, but I do it
In your back.
inside the office or where it needs to be. Everybody needs to see that.
I said if I was his wife, I'd have been like, damn. Ain't nobody hiring us now.
All right, so good.
My thing with Antonio Brown, like, I'm a baller. I don't even like talking about it, but I'm gonna just tell y'all the truth. Antonio Brown, I don't even know this guy. He don't seem like the type of dude to just do that on the radio. So what people are not, I
think it's mentally.
It hurts me that every time the black man chooses to respond. Now, as you said, that was his choice. I'm not gonna say it was professional or unprofessional. What we don't understand is look at what did the Caucasian do to cause this. You see what I'm saying? He couldn't have been on drugs. He won't tripping. What happened to transpire where he got totally fed up to that point where he would respond on this level?
I don't
See what I'm saying?
I don't know.
I heard it ain't his first time.
Well, it's not his first
It's
time.
not his first time acting crazy.
Oh, because
I was with you with the black man. I was with you. I'm not gonna
what I
lie.
want to clear with that is
That be hurting me.
it's not his first time. One, because he had an incident in Pittsburgh. He had an incident in with the Raiders as well. And then Tom Brady is the person who actually brought you, who basically kind of put his face out there to bring you to Tampa Bay. Because I feel like at that point, I don't think anybody else is really going to pick him up. So with that being said, is he put his face out there to bring you there. You was there. You basically cleaned the whole slate of everything that we all seen prior because you won the Super Bowl. Everything was, you stayed under the radar. You did your job, and that was it. So that's all you had to do. So doing that, if you had an issue with that coach, deal with it at halftime, deal with it after the game, not in the middle of the game taking your jersey off.
Deal with it. Look. You gotta compliment that way.
Deal with it, your performance.
Accountability.
Where's the accountability at for the coach? I'm not sitting here.
He's in the middle of a game coaching too. So coaches say things out of just being intense or whatever, just saying things. And a lot of people get cussed out in the game.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's not, you're not saying nothing. Like a lot of people get cussed out and they just swallow it and handle it. They'll deal with it and talk to them later. That's why I say it's the time and the place. But not in the middle of a game because guess what? You got your other teammates there watching you. And now that coach has to look like another player. Like, well, he did it. Or they feel like, why am I exempt and things like that? You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I should be able to do it too. Like, it's just a bad example for the coach too now because now it's like, well, I can't let him get away with it. And the thing about it was, if you looked at the press conference, Tom Brady afterwards still said, have empathy for him, be, kinds of maybe his mental state, all those type of things. So they still never really dogged him out.
And then AB went after that.
Yeah, and they started releasing text messages.
Said stuff about that. I'm like,
So it was like the person who kind of brought you in.
I'm gonna play a little devil's advocate. I think people be forgetting that this is still a job. So
Right.
whether or not,
Absolutely.
yeah. So he could be doing it for fun all he wants, but it's still a job. And at the end of the day, I hate when people like to say the white man, the white man. You already know you're not at this. You already know they're not gonna treat you like the white man. So because of that, you gonna have to move differently every time. 9 times out of 10, you never gonna get the same result. So it's like we can't keep trying to make excuses for behaviors if we're not doing anything to change it or make it move forward. He still has a job to do at the end of the day. If you go to these white people places where you work anywhere, if it's McDonald's, you act an ass, they gonna fire you. So you gotta, like, at the end of the day, you gotta move accordingly at all times. You got to.
And this is why accountability on both ends. As you said, that is a job. As long as the coach, we have to also remember this one thing. If every black NFL player stopped, we could correct this. We would have a different outlook on this whole entire situation. Because if you flip it, if Mike Tomlin had done, let's just say Mike Tomlin was the coach and Tom Brady quarterback.
But they had him and Mike Tomlin had a similar issue to this too. If you do your research, he had an injury before, and Mike Tomlin told him to go get a second opinion, and he never went and got it. And he never went and got the second opinion. And then when game time came, he had his agent call and told Mike Tomlin that he could play. And Mike Tomlin said, well, I never seen a second opinion, so I'm going to hold him out the game. And he had this very same reaction to that and left out and was mad. So so you have somebody that's protecting you on that end, you know what I'm saying, with the same situation, and then you kind of got mad because they was like holding you out the game, and then now you're injured, and that person's telling you to go in, and you mad. So you gave the same reaction to 2 different responses from 2 different coaches.
I think it's a definite bad look, regardless of how we try to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to justify you doing it. It's a definite bad look because of where we're already at position, because of...
Well, I just said basically it's just a time and a place for things, and that wasn't the right time to handle that. You could have went in the locker room. Like I said, there's been situations in locker rooms that don't get out because they always try to keep everything in-house. You could wait till you got in the locker room and had those words, and if he wouldn't have came back out after the second half or whatever, we wouldn't have knew why, because they would have never put it out.
He heard or something.
So yeah, they would have like, maybe he's heard. There's a lot of speculation. It would have never been, everybody got to witness. Like the whole world was on television, so the whole world got to witness this. You know what I'm saying? So one thing the NFL is going to do is protect their shield. That's their brand. And they're not going to allow you to disrespect it.
It's like your mama, what happened in this house stays.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
But also with that thing, how you respond, it's only going to affect you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It ain't going to affect no white man or nobody else. It's only going to affect you. But we always tell them, remind me of that little video. It's like, I got to get this money. Huh? I got it, huh? I got to get this money. It's like, well,
We got to tell those jokes after.
But I want to go back to what you saying. Black people like being able to control things like as a conglomerate. If everybody stopped and did something, you have to look at it too. Is when you think about a group and everybody's in the NFL that's black, everybody's at different levels in their career. So the ones who are veterans, who are like on their second contract, they may be more likely because they have their money to do it than the guys who are still working to get to their second contract. So everybody's not gonna feel the same about not playing or not working because that's how they take care of their family.
Yeah, I'm not saying totally like, you know, you gotta play for the whole season. I think more of a sense for, when I say not just cause because you're black, for something that can be changed and rectified. Like you say, like I've never played in the NFL, but like there's probably things that NFL players, just as players, go through that the public don't know about. And we don't know what y'all have to deal with mentally and emotionally from each other, coaches, staff, whatever. And I just feel like I think it's looked upon more because they're black. You get what I'm saying?
But I'm saying they can go back to the Colin Kaepernick thing where more people probably should have had his back or instead, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then you look back how it came back around, how now the NFL ended up kind of siding with all that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And you know why, right?
well, they had to because now it became a public thing where the public was siding with it too now.
Public opinion matters.
Right, it does.
They didn't want to lose money.
You got
Yeah,
to show
they were going to. People were boycotting and all types of things, and then once the public gets behind it, you have to. So he was just a little before his time, but he brought the awareness.
They gave the opportunity and not too many people took it.
They did.
They wanted their check. So at the end of the day, like,
That was a
are you being selfish or selfless? People got families to feed at the end of the day. So it's like, whether we want to believe it or not, people gonna do. We are born selfish. Like people gonna do what they want to do, like
Right.
for them.
You had a question. You might not have.
I did.
I thought so
So
much.
just no.
Oh.
You did good. But check this out. So, what if I said that this was the most brilliant business move that he was making, and he's playing chess, and everybody's playing checkers?
What I'm gonna tell you is, as far as the NFL, he's never coming back.
I would
That's
say,
okay.
Okay, so if we're talking
You
about
talking about when he was going with Kanye and all that
yeah,
stuff?
a rap career and stuff like
And all of
that.
that, because and I say that to say this, right? So he missed out on $1 million bonus.
Mm-hmm.
However,
However, he had another game to still reach it.
but wait a minute. What if I told you that he sold or is in the process of selling the picture of him going off the field
An
for
NFT?
$1.5 million?
What he felt like he was going to lose.
Absolutely.
But what about
When
the
he
future?
felt like he was going to lose because he didn't totally lose it yet because he still had one more game.
But with the injury, would he have played?
We don't. Well, I don't know.
We don't
We don't know. We don't know.
But then you still have the playoffs.
But what I'm saying is, to me, Antonio Brown is like the Tekashi 6ix9ine of the NFL.
No.
And what he does and what
No,
Oh, you gonna do him to that?
what was it, snitch? Like that ain't.
I was gonna say that was like far.
Let me tell you why. Because
All right, go ahead. Yeah,
What
go ahead.
happened-
Go ahead. I
what
think I know why.
what
Wait, let's get H the floor, guys.
Stuff out.
what happened at the Steelers locker room?
I know
You
what
the one
you're
you
talking
want to broadcast it.
Right.
Robert Kraft, what happened behind
Right,
closed
so I know
doors,
what
he
you're saying.
broadcasted, and what he's doing is he's using the negativity and all. What I see is what he's doing is he's trolling.
Right.
That's exactly what he's doing. And he's trying to use that as a platform to make money outside of the NFL.
Well, he's hosting.
So he's basically saying on Front Street that he don't need the NFL. He's like trying to slap the NFL in the
I'm gonna
face.
tell you something. The NFL checks is different from these rapping checks and all these other things, especially when you're an upcoming rapper. He is hosting down here in Miami. I see him on Sunday night.
I'm gonna be there, y'all. I ain't gonna
He had a
lie.
show. He had a show like a
I'm
couple
not going.
but that money is not the same. He had a show like right after that, couple days after in New York.
Get his
He's having
$15,000
shows and I see
No, he was hanging out with Madonna and Julia and
and everybody.
Kanye.
I get it, but at this
They
point,
trying to use to make him jealous.
at this point, I feel like maybe is it becoming you just want to become more famous and popular. And it's
No,
not
we
about
say
the
this
money.
all the time, like, 'cause he
But
was,
it's two different things.
yeah, it is very different being a celebrity and athlete, but he actually was a celebrity and an athlete.
Yeah.
So for him to try to chase that right now is kind of crazy to
That's
me.
what Ron Artest
Because you were already here. Well, Ron was different because Ron, you can't even put Ron with him because I don't think Ron was actually as, and Antonio Brown, like, in the league, like, he wasn't
on
that
that level.
famous until he started doing TV and started acting crazy.
Oh, until he started.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so, but Antonio Brown didn't need to do that, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
He doesn't need that. Shout out to Ron Queens, stand up, Queens get the money. I do love Ron Ron, Meta World Peace. I'm sorry.
I'd like to add something. Y'all missing the point, and I didn't hear anybody bring it up.
Oh, what we missing?
But Mr. Bruce Arians Sunday just punched a player in the back of the head.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Now none of y'all mentioned any of
Well, I
that.
didn't see that.
Oh yeah, fine, $50,000
A coach punched the player in the back of the head.
in the game.
Who? And what? Oh.
But they had a helmet on.
Well, yeah.
All right, they had a helmet on. Okay, he should put his hand on. Because guess what? If that was me, we'd have been fighting.
Matt gonna push you back. Would you? Wait, let me ask you that question. Guys, wait, time out. I know we talking about
That
that.
I can't. You put your
That's
hands on
serious.
me.
I was gonna ask you. Okay, I know that's serious.
different. Like, you put your hands
Matt,
on
would
me.
you let a coach punch you in the back of
You
your head?
violating.
Okay, so wait, your $30 million contract up
That
here.
ain't my
Fuck
contract.
that
He told
contract.
me first. We going to court and all this.
Fuck that contract, huh? Oh, excuse
Beat
my
the brakes off
language,
him out
guys.
there. Like, what you?
We're all live.
Why you
I'm
even
sorry.
thought you could do that? I don't know why you even thought you could do that.
Mute that, guys. Mute that.
That's the type of coach.
They go later ass nest. And Winwood Spitter.
This man punched this guy back in the head and he still.
That's different. Well, he got fined, so he got penalized.
Okay.
But that's what Brown was
Keep on
dealing
going
with.
with the show.
That's the kind
He didn't get assaulted.
I bet you.
That's crazy to me.
I bet you can't
We
go
do.
around there.
He told everything else. He told us. He told He even told about Tom Brady training and how much money he owed. We knew about that.
But this is the guy on the same, on the sideline that did the
Yeah, I don't know how that.
to this guy.
I don't know how that even flew or took place or how they can even coexist in the workplace after that. Like, and then your family, like, cause you seen so your family, my friends have seen that. Like, nah.
You know your mama work. You ain't do that when he punched you in the back of
My
the
mama would have been around at that bus.
Y'all don't know Shelly. Y'all don't know Shelly Green.
What was that? What?
Now,
That's different though. That's totally different. Like somebody putting their hands on you. I mean, we've seen that already in the NFL. Like the one player, they was arguing with each other, and the D lineman stole the other one. Like, I mean, you have your little fights between players, but not no coach. I don't never see no coach like really. I mean, I told you we had an
that was
incident one
crazy. I didn't
time,
hear about that either.
but that was in the locker room.
And that, but it wasn't coaching play. Right?
It was
Play-
player
play-
coach,
Oh,
but-
okay.
But the player was the aggressor. But a coach is swinging on somebody, nah.
That's crazy.
All bets is off.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be something you had like.
And you might as well go in at that point because you probably been with that coach anyway.
But hold on, if he an older coach, you gonna put hands
It don't matter.
That
Like,
don't
come
care.
on.
Are you kidding me? No. First of
You
all,
swung on me. I'm not thinking about at that point. I'm not thinking about if you young or old.
But he probably looking at it like a
I'm not looking at
are
nothing.
you looking at it if you
I'm
short or
looking
tall?
at you hit me. Right, like we're not looking at.
There y'all go.
Oh, he's.
Respect,
And I gotta process your age. No, I just got punched in the back of the head. No.
We gonna think about that later.
And then he think about his age before he hit me. Like his big behind. He ain't think about that. The repercussions. So why am I gonna think about that?
He probably put on some fucking knuckle. I'm sorry. I cursed too much. I'm sorry, guys. I have to mute me. But let's move along to the Bills.
Oh yeah. So the last game, sorry, on Sunday is the Bills and the Chiefs. And this was a hard one for me as well.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry.
Okay, so the Chiefs.
We have a couple comments from Herman McLean. I guess he's talking about Antonio Brown. Wasn't playing,
Oh, yeah,
playing
Herm.
anymore anyway. How do you explain a performance? That's true. How do you explain a performance in New York on the same night? Those things are prearranged. I agree with you.
So I didn't realize it was the same night, but I knew it was a very close.
Yeah, I thought it was the next night.
Shout out to
but
Herman with the
you think-
details. Yeah, but
Herman is on it.
right. I don't know how you have a performance in New York City like right after you walked up the field. Like somebody or somebody was on it and just set it up that quick.
Nah, they weren't on it because
Takashi 6ix9ine canceled, so they say Antonio Brown. Do you want to perform?
not back with the Takashi 6ix9ine reference. The views of the audience. Listen, the views of the in studio audience are not those of mine and Mac. Okay, I am not comparing those two guys.
I said he canceled, so they was like Antonio was good, you know?
We see you just walk off the job.
Right.
Look, we just see you just walk off the job. What's goody?
What's goody? What's goody with a check? What's goody with a check sack? With a check sack.
We got a bag for you. What's up?
Nah, that's crazy to me. That's crazy. Thank you, Herman, for those comments, and thanks for
Thank you very
putting
much,
us
Herman.
on. Definitely keep the comments coming. We're gonna put up the ones that we definitely wanna have the
Highlight.
audience talk about and talk about.
So with the Buffalo Bills and the Chiefs, I heard the Chiefs. I feel like the Buffalo Bills are playing well. I just haven't been really following them. But what do y'all think? I know the Chiefs started off slow at the beginning, but they've clearly picked up and really just Mahomes.
Yeah, man, that was monster, man. Can't sleep on him, man. So, that 49ers game in the Super Bowl, he showed his tail. So, ever since then, man, he just been balling. And he got nothing but stars around him.
Right.
Just catch everything he throw out there. So, and their defense might be a little suspect, but they're gonna they
But how you feel about Buffalo?
They tough, but I ain't no Buffalo fan. I'm a Dolphin fan. So yeah,
Well, I'm going for Buffalo because my Giants are nowhere near the. So that's the way it works. Like you go with the next team, like the Jets would have been that, but I go with Buffalo. Shout out to Roscoe Parrish.
Yeah.
Big Buffalo Bills, friend to the show.
Well, Willis McGahee, he played there too. That's where he started at.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he started in Buffalo before he went to Baltimore. And
I don't know him from there. That's not where I'm at.
Oh, yeah. Started there.
Nothing with the Browns, right?
He ended with the
that's
Browns.
where I'm at.
Yeah.
Shout out to Willis. Like, there's so many that we gotta get those guys on the show. The ones that we hang out with actually that haven't been on here.
Right.
See?
Right.
Listen. Y'all not gonna think y'all too big time, Roscoe and Willis, okay? Because we got to have big time players
Next
on
week we
here.
have another football guest,
Okay.
football player coming on, Philip Wheeler, who owns a
Oh,
Raw
no,
Juice.
Philip Will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was my team with the.
He was on Wags.
Yeah, his girlfriend wife was on Wags.
Him and I forgot her name. Nicole? Ashley and Philip Wheeler, yes. His
Yeah.
wife now, yes. They were dating on the show.
And
they
he
got
owns a
married.
Raw Juice over here off of
I saw
Pines.
you were there, yeah. How was it?
It's good.
I'm gonna definitely go there and check it out. Mac is out. Mac went out, Teddy's getting a massage. Shout out to Young and Traveling Massages in the building. Anybody want to get their
Ours back.
stuff like
Yeah, so the Raw Juice, he has that. So he'll come on and talk about that, and then we'll
That'd
probably
be
talk
great.
about football a little bit too.
No, that'll be
And I think he
good.
went to Georgia as well. So they won the national championship.
Yeah, they did.
Shout out to Georgia.
Clearly you're from there.
Nah, I'm from North Carolina. Get it right. But I told
Okay, I got it right. I'm getting it. I didn't have it right, guys, but I'm getting it right now. I'm gonna put my ass in check. Okay.
I am shout out to Georgia.
All right.
Shout out to
I
Georgia.
told everybody, don't nobody care about an A,
What the-
love, or Bama. Don't nobody care about none of that. And boys, in the same way y'all think Tom Brady gonna win, just know Odell gonna put him in the shooter. You heard it right now. You heard it right on Matt.
You heard it. Say it again.
You heard it right on Matt and Meeka.
Now let me go. Live. So basically we're going with who?
How can y'all do this show and not shout out Georgia? Oh my Jesus.
Oh my God. We just did.
We in Florida.
We're in Florida. He's from Jersey. I'm from New York. That's how Georgia didn't even get in the mix.
We can't do that in the series because I know for a fact
Why not?
Alabama had a won that. That'd been
Who would have been shouting them out? Us? No. That would have happened. We would have never. No, I promise you, we wouldn't have did that. We wouldn't have done you like that. We wouldn't have shout out Bama. No, we wouldn't have done it.
We're going for that.
That's probably. I had a friend from Alabama supposed to be in town coming. They probably knew you were coming. Said I ain't coming because this is aggressive. That's how it worked.
So who do we decide? Everybody.
I said Bills. But I said personal reasons. I'm not putting money on them. That's like a passion bet. But I'm gonna put money on other people.
Shout out to
Shout out to Green Bay. I put money on them.
You know one thing I like about playing in Kansas City?
What?
Is when they sing national anthem, they be like, in the home of the whole crowd like, jeez. I be like,
Oh, that's dope.
it is. Like when you be in an experience, you be like, what? Like you don't expect that. The whole crowd screams Chiefs instead of the Braves.
I actually like Kansas City though. I really like.
They got a good barbecue.
I've never been to their games. I've been to a lot of home games for different teams, like in my travels and stuff. I like to go to. Everybody that knows me knows I like to go to a football game any city I'm in because the energy is electric. I love it. I love it. No, the fans there are just different than basketball. Like basketball, they want to like dress up and be cute. And how can we gonna cheer if the game is close or if it's a big game? But football, it doesn't matter who you're playing. They're going hard every time as a fan.
Football,
they're
you
like,
gotta come
they don't
ready to
even care what they're
drink liquor and just scream and just.
I mean, they're hanging off. They're hanging off the things and they're risking their
They
lives.
just released the top 4 fans, the drunkest fans in the NFL.
Raiders was up there.
Cincinnati was number 1.
Oh, shout out to y'all.
Number 3. Ravens was number 2. I forgot what it was.
Shout out to
The
y'all.
Raiders or the Ravens?
Ravens.
Really?
Baltimore.
Oh wow.
Raiders.
They drinking Baltimore. Yeah, they drinking Baltimore.
But for the
I
Raiders
thought
on
the Raiders would have been like, well, the old Raiders, when it was in Oakland, it used
That's
to be.
true. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it might be different now.
Right?
It's Vegas.
Vegas.
I thought the
LA
Cowboys
Rams,
would've been
LA.
Cowboys. No, I can see them being.
Cowboys are yeah.
But they got the dumbest fans. Like,
No, I feel like Cowboys are the.
Right.
Cowboy fans are regular football fans. They all extra. But no, I was at the Raiders game. They was throwing shit at people that was wearing other jerseys. The other jersey, I forgot who they were playing when I was out there. And then we were walking up the little turnstile. They was throwing shit, blah, down, and I'm like, thank God I didn't even wear a jersey. I was like, thank God,
Right.
because I definitely probably wasn't gonna wear a Raiders.
Nah, and then even in Philly, my mom used to go there, like when we have away games in Philly, and she was like, they be throwing snowballs. You know, Philly got a jail under their stadium.
See it?
They're real rowdy. Oh, Philly is rowdy. Yeah, it's
I can
rowdy.
see that for sure.
Chicago there too.
I could definitely see it for sure. But let's switch the topics a little bit. Let's go into the trending topics. Let's go. Well, first, let's congratulate Will Smith. He's gotten his first Golden Globe for King Richard. Matt loves his performance in this drama. He got
I feel like he did a good job.
actor.
That's his first one.
Drama. It's his first, which I'm surprised that it's his first one. I feel like he's been doing so many strong roles. I'm surprised it was his first one, but congratulations to him for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how you win a Golden Globe. You know, like different things.
Yeah.
Like, what's the difference between the Golden Globe and like some of these other acting awards? Yeah, Emmy.
Well, the Emmy. Well, for me, Emmy is daytime most of the stuff, right?
Ain't
No,
no difference.
daytime Emmys. I don't really know the.
Ain't no difference.
Is that a category or is
award
it?
till you die. Before you die.
For Emmys, I've known a lot of soap operas to win
Okay.
Emmys. I've very rarely seen like nighttime
Yeah, Emmys for like
Okay.
TV.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
like Golden Globes, I think is like
movies and stuff. Okay, there we go.
Okay. And then what about Oscars?
That's like these. That's Oscars.
Isn't the Oscars the Golden Globe? Isn't that the same thing?
Oscars is like a mixture. I think.
Well, all the rules apply the same for black people. They don't get their awards till
We don't get. If we get, well, listen, and now we be acting funny. Listen, we have to stop doing that too. We act funny with the BET Awards. We act like we don't want to go. No, we have to go and support and like actually be there because they not only represent us, but they appreciate us. So we need to go.
Soul Train artist.
Soul Train too. I forgot. Them Source. Matter of fact, Matt and MEEKA will take a Source Award for a podcast of the year. We'll take that. I'll take that. Free game, y'all will take one too, right? Listen, shout out to the Source Awards. Yeah.
Let's go.
What?
Shout out to Steve Harvey and the Hoodie Awards.
I forgot about that. Yo, you got a lot of awards. You be knowing. Wait, shout out to Steve Harvey and Judge Steve Harvey. Listen, I didn't think I was gonna like. This is so sidebar. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna take 2 seconds. I didn't think I was gonna like that show. I love it. He's funny. I love it. Judge Steve Harvey or whatever, court, whatever. I don't know what the show is, but he's a judge. Yeah. It's so funny. It's funny. No, I just want to say, I didn't think I was going to like it. I'm a TV buff. It's funny. Watch it. It's actually funny. The things you want to say to people on Judge Judy, he says it. Ian, let's go Gators. Oh, we talking college now. Okay. Will Smith should have gotten an Oscar. Yes, he should have. In the, what's that, the fence locker room?
He's so bad, but that's what he means about
Ian, hey, thanks for checking in, Ian. He was in a few, Pursuit of Happiness.
He should have got an Oscar.
He should have got it for that. What do y'all think about Ali? He didn't deserve it for that.
He definitely deserves something for Ali.
Oh, in that one? Oh, who was going against him? Okay, yeah.
She play everybody good.
Listen,
First of all, there's so many people that deserve one. You're right, Tay. There's so many people that definitely deserve one.
I love Loretta.
Has Lynn Whitfield got it?
I don't think so.
No.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're a black actress on TV, you're not going to get one till you're almost about to
He going for Lynn Whitfield now. Listen.
Loretta Devine dying every
Yeah, I was gonna say Lynn Whitfield, not before Loretta Devine. Loretta Devine, like that coming, like we remember from Thin Line Between Love and Hate. But like Loretta Devine,
she be in the hospital in every movie.
with the accent, like everything.
The only black actress that's been on TV that we can say has gotten all of those awards before anybody else.
Whoopi Goldberg.
We'll say Whoopi Goldberg.
He was gonna say. Yeah.
I don't even think he did it. I think
He just got one. No, Denzel got one.
Whoopi's the only one who got everything.
Oh no, got everything
And I
probably.
think even before him, it was like what John Legend, like was the EGOT? That's what they call it, EGOT when they get everything.
Yeah, that's Whoopi.
That's Whoopi.
No, she's the only person.
This
She's
only.
the only
And
African
Sidney
American.
Poitier dated.
I feel like it's John.
We know that, but he said him before.
But I never realized that Sidney Poitier was from Miami.
He is.
Yeah, he's from Miami.
Since when?
He's from Miami. Yeah, when
Miami what?
Florida.
Shout out to Sidney Poitier.
Oh, Poitier funeral home. That's his family.
What?
I never realized that. Then people pronounce it a Poitier and all type of stuff. They be saying it wrong.
That's Poitier.
Okay, I didn't know that, but yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's from. When he passed, I realized that, and I said, you've been heard the name, but I never knew where he was from. And when he passed, he said he's from, born and raised in Miami, but he was 90 something, 94. So we not gonna really know that.
So the only other black celebrity that got all them is probably Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg is the only one because she got a
Eartha Kitt.
No, because I think John Legend got one too.
Who?
John Legend, like
Oh,
the
they said
EGOT.
John Madden.
Got what?
John Legend. I think John Legend got
They
one.
gave John Madden.
Got one what?
EGOT, Emmy.
No, the only person is Whoopi Goldberg. Yeah, look it up, please. Whoopi Goldberg is the only person, and she also got a Grammy because he got the G for God is Grammy, and apparently she did something in that too. So yeah.
Oh, Viola Davis
Definitely.
got it.
I was about to say her.
Viola Davis got it.
Y'all trying to be funny.
Whoopi Goldberg got it.
She
See
got
if Audrey McDonald
It's
got
15
it.
people on.
That's 15 people. What?
Damn, 15 people back.
And
Social media.
I know what I'm talking about. That's John Legend. Stop playing.
Not a legend.
Harry Belafonte
John
got it.
Legend. Yeah.
Harry Belafonte
John
got it.
Legend got an EGOT. That means you have an Emmy, a Grammy,
What are you
Oscar.
an Oscar, and a Tony Award. Those are the most-
Maybe she's the first female.
No, she's
A
the
female.
the first black
Black.
person and female.
Yeah.
And
That's
then-
what it was.
Yeah, 15 people, and the only other person is John Legend. Stop him.
Okay, so maybe black African American female.
Just for having a song in there for the movie, maybe? So maybe he got it for having a song, because I don't remember acting.
Yeah, no, because he has music. He got music. So
That's what I'm saying.
They're
For
like
music and
prestigious
art.
awards that's for everything. So like best music in a movie, like stuff like that.
Okay.
Huh?
Well, shout out to all of those. That's black excellence at its best. That's for sure. But let's move along. Let's talk about Pastor Mike, because I need to hear what you guys think about this. Pastor Mike. So he's a pastor, and he was giving a sermon. And during his sermon with his brother, I think we have the clip. With his brother, he used spit.
I'm not from around here, so please, I'm from
I don't know where he's from,
Okay.
but it was online. He used spit
Twice.
twice. Talking about healing, like he was talking about a scripture. He used spit during his sermon to demonstrate, I don't know if he thought he was Jesus. I don't know what he thought. But he used it. It was disgusting. And it just went left. It wasn't what he thought it was going to be.
It didn't point just like that. Receiving vision.
Why don't you take a look? Take a look right here.
You mean
Master
that I
here.
just bought in crazy faith? I just bought my dream car. And now you're going to ask me
He still
to
can't
sell
see
it
it. I don't know.
back and ride in the hoopty again? Yeah, because the vision I'm about to give you, it might get nasty.
Ew. Oh, that's nasty. Yes. Ooh.
And do you hear and see the responses of the people? What I'm telling you is how I'm going to say it in a point just like that. Receiving vision from God might get nasty. You mean, God, I just bought in crazy faith. I just bought my dream car. And now you're going to ask me to sell it back and ride in the hoopty again? Yeah, because the vision I'm about to give you,
Oh my God.
it might get nasty.
You in the crowd, like,
And do you hear?
all right, so,
Neff, you letting somebody use their spit on you?
I'm going to ask Grandpa, because you big in the church, he's...
Oh, that's true. I went to church. So listen, I went to church. Me and Grace went to church with Grandpa in Cincinnati. It was lit. I ain't gonna lie. We turned up. But are you gonna let anyone use spit?
In the name of Jesus.
But y'all let them spit in your mouth. That's different.
But you wanna let somebody, you're right, Grace. But you wanna let somebody, a stranger, spit in your mouth during fellation. You would let them do that.
You would let somebody choke you, but you would let...
I don't do those things. I'm celibate. I don't know nothing about what you heathens are talking about. But, yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Cross my legs. I don't know what you're
I'm
talking
gonna be real quick. So serious. Am I coming in loud enough? I'm good? Check this out. We're not gonna decriminalize sex with this stupidity right here. So let's go and kill that. First of all, I'm from the country. I'm close with God. I knew Jesus well. That,
Do you?
yes.
Okay.
That right now, that ain't Jesus.
And what if it was a white man?
That ain't Jesus.
Oh, listen, I don't think he letting his kids spit on his face. This man ain't letting nobody use, okay?
But the thing of it is, it's like, it was supposed to emulate when Jesus, cured a blind man
That ain't
with his
Jesus.
spit. I understand
And his
that.
brother was not blind, he was just bald.
I understand it. That's why I said, the service, it went totally left. Because what are you depicting? What are you trying to prove by putting spit on your brother's face? Because when Jesus did it, he did it to heal and to cure a blind man. You're just doing it as an example.
Jesus
And
actually spit on the
that's
ground.
not what you're supposed to. You did that from some old back childhood things, and your brother done beat you up, and you want to just come in up here and humiliate him. That's what I feel.
That man
I'm
was
just
having
had nothing to do with
Yeah. He did, yeah.
The story goes, Jesus spit on the ground
He
and
apologized.
took some clean, put it on the man's eyes, so forth, and
You be knowing something, boy. You be knowing something, right?
Also, everything should be in decency and in order. So that was
First of all, we still in COVID.
the message.
Like COVID.
Let's not forget
Right,
about that.
Tay? Right, Tay?
COVID. Like, what happened to protocol?
Plus the spit.
The 6 feet was way out the window anyway, so I don't know.
Like it was nasty.
That's what they always do.
But
I'm gonna apologize. Is he really sorry though?
Come on, that
It
ain't
just didn't go the way he thought it was gonna
What about
go.
the brother that
That's
just
it.
allowed him to do it? Like they say, all right, I'm gonna put this shit in.
Like, was this planned?
Do y'all think?
Just
I
sit there.
was closed the whole time.
Yeah, but my whole thing is he could have put sprayed some water in his skin. He made an example. Like,
Olive oil.
I mean, he should have just Purelled, honestly, first. And then maybe the spit might have hit different. I don't know.
That was personal from childhood.
Maybe I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't let them from spit him. But I'm saying maybe we would have thought like it was more clean.
But also the message got lost. Like we just like you was not.
But even when he came back, his response was trying to be funny. He was like, "My brother was bald. He's still bald, so it didn't work." Like whatever.
I feel like he had to do that to say like no miracles were performed because
Exactly.
people was trying to like almost compare him to Jesus to that.
No, I think they were trying to say, "Bro, what you was doing? You're not Jesus." I don't think they were.
One thing we miss.
Ever.
This shows us. This is a prime example how people pay attention and care less what they follow. If anybody in that church really was reading the Bible and knew it, secondly, any of his officials would have stopped him. They don't care about you being a pastor, none of that. Because like my man just said, the Holy Spirit and God moves in order. They're not going to be, like she just said, he could have took some water, he could have took some olive oil, some tea tree oil. He could have took some orange, some juice from an orange. And wiped on that man's face.
Yeah.
That spit, I agree with her. That has to be something that he has built up on the inside.
I didn't have a comeback for that. I was gonna say that. I said, let me just shut up.
And then he sat there and cooked that thing up like he was trying to bring back a brick or something. He was just whipping that thing too. Just whipped it up real hard.
Right.
Like, yeah, like about 16 up in there something.
I know. But
So we have
the
another
last,
topic.
the last few
Two
things we want to
topics.
talk about. So I just want to say this. The other day, I had gotten a phone call and text message, and I ignored them. And everyone here that's been here before, they like to say that I ghost people. I don't even know what that is. I just ignore you.
You know what it is.
I'm not
the same
responding.
thing. Ignore it.
But I'm just saying, like, ghosting, like, you know why I'm not talking to you. You're stupid or you're whatever. And
They
it's
don't
what it
know
is.
why, and I keep trying to explain this to you because you don't
My
tell them
thing
why.
is, first of all, this person.
She don't know what ghosting is because she's the ghost.
No.
How about that? How about that?
So my point is, Brian McKinney. No, my point is that this guy had hit me up, and I just completely ignored them. And they were like, "Are you mad?" And I was just ignored you again. But my thing was, I don't hear from you like that. Like, so for me, I hate inconsistency. That's something I don't like. So maybe that's why. That's one.
But you don't tell them.
I don't give a shit. Like, do you think that it's okay for? Listen, let me tell you something. You think that I got time to be? You hit me now because you in town and I'm gonna want to link with you? Nigga, I mean, boy, please. Are you serious?
Do you take
Like
time
you
to
just
hear
said,
that?
I don't give a shit.
I wasn't
No, go
checking for
ahead.
him.
Ask your
I wasn't
question.
checking for him.
Do you? No, I ain't seen you checking for.
No, go ahead. Ask a question.
You at least just take the time, periodically. Hey, how you doing? I know you.
I'm not checking for him. That was my answer. If I'm not checking for you, why am I texting?
You're not interested.
But so
I'm
then
not
why would you be
necessarily-
upset for him hitting you?
No. Because why would you hit me thinking that we're gonna link?
Because you haven't said right. And you
No.
haven't said
You
you're not.
didn't tell him you're not checking for him.
You ain't
I don't have to listen.
Exactly. This is what I've been trying to explain.
Listen.
This is what I'm trying to explain.
Who
You don't know you're not dealing with him.
Clearly. Who is it? Stop that.
It is.
Anyway, this is not about me.
You put it out there.
Listen. This is the reason for my question. What is some of y'all reasons for like just ignoring somebody?
Well, we might talk about yours. You can put it out there.
I'm so sick of Brian McKinney. Ladies, one thing that makes you ghost a man.
When you send random pics, them, you know.
Or when they ask you for
Yeah,
random
no,
pics.
like when they just randomly send a pic. Like I didn't ask you for this. Like why?
I don't like when a dude asks me for pics either. I start sending like
Yeah.
monkeys or
I ain't
dogs.
gonna lie. One time somebody
I
asked me
start
for a
sending
picture in the
stupid shit.
shower, so I stood in the shower with clothes on and took a
I said stupid shit when you asked me for a picture. Yeah, I don't. You a creep now,
So you gonna go somebody if they send you a new pic?
It is like, why you randomly send me your
But if you already engaged in conversation with them and like you vibing with them,
But
they
I
send you.
never asked you about your pictures. You just.
But you gonna ghost them for sending it?
At that point, we
Yeah,
gotta talk.
Really?
Yeah.
So for me,
That's something about
He ain't just randomly
I do.
sending them.
But I feel like y'all done built a rapport. Y'all talking.
Excuse me, Grandpa. Yes, y'all do. Maybe not you. Maybe not you. But I'm here to tell you. Tay and I are here to tell you that they do. And I be wondering, like, what made you think that this was the right time?
Well, like, all right, so maybe it's not the right time. So y'all probably still getting to know
It
each
don't
other.
even be the right angle.
Right time, right day, right universe, right state. Like, bruh, like, this is not the time at all.
So you
But for me,
asking what's your favorite food? Nick?
No, for me, it's okay. So Tay is them sending random pics. For me, it's them asking me for a pic. I will send something so dumb, like an old lady topless. Like I will send something crazy and then just ignore them.
Why not send a picture of yourself?
Why?
I don't send a pic of myself. I send an old lady. Like I pay attention
Why
you didn't send the pic?
because I'm being a jerk and then I ignore them.
But you being a jerk by sending that random, ugly, unlikely.
Thank you. What? Well, I love FaceTime. Like, you FaceTime me, I like that. I love FaceTime. I do love FaceTime.
She got it live.
I do like
She like still shots.
I do.
Right.
Get all y'all nasty. That's what it's like.
I am. I use. Wait, no. Oh, it got okay. Usually, yeah. 56. But my new life, because I'm celibate, I'm not. And I'm not with those
If
pictures.
it was somebody you was really into and they just randomly sent that
I don't like that shit either. I don't like it either. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like that.
I gotta like you.
Cause honestly, if you just randomly early send me a pic, I'm like, yo, you do this for everybody. Your shit is out. Your stuff is out there for everybody.
She said she like you like don't be sending me.
Ooh.
Right.
Ooh. Oh, guys, you're in this too. So, guys, I want to include you in this too. So, what about you guys? Is there something that we do that makes you just ignore us or ghost us? What then? Cause you got a lot to say. Oh, 2 things. He has only 2 things, guys. Only 2.
If you ain't got no batteries, and I can't get a picture of what you look like first thing in the morning.
Wait, you said batteries?
Batteries?
Speak up.
Why you say about batteries?
I said if she ain't got no batteries, and I can't get a picture of what you look like first thing in the morning.
What batteries are
What battery?
for what?
For her toys?
No. See what I'm saying? If your brain don't work, I can't do nothing with you.
Ooh. That was crazy. Because my brain works and I'm trying to figure out what the batteries do. Because my batteries lately have been working pretty. But I will say I use Duracell. They keep going and going and going. I'm just saying. He said batteries. I'm just trying to help y'all out, but
I'm on Brian's side. Now when I say batteries, I'm on his side.
he said nothing. This is nothing.
No, he said something. The first thing when I said batteries, the first thing everybody went to was what?
With toys.
That's what
That's
y'all
me.
want.
Yeah.
That's what the women went to.
Now y'all just sat there and said if a man see your dick, what you call it? At the gate, y'all ain't gonna like it.
This battery is like
What did you say about batteries?
Because y'all was saying it was certain things, so I was like, oh, batteries?
The first thing y'all mind went to.
Okay, but what were you talking about?
I'm talking about the brain. The mind, your brain.
oh,
He's talking about us.
Right, yeah, that's what he was saying.
Let me tell you something. I'll wait. You can wait. Listen. Okay. Oh, that was it. Okay, last question, guys, because he's crazy. Last question. Last question question. I know you were saying we'll keep that going after.
It makes sense.
What's the pettiest reason you won't date somebody? Because I want to hear your answer. You seem to really.
very intellectual. You got your batteries charged?
Her batteries aren't
It's like you got an extra charger.
The pettiest thing that I would not talk to a person.
Yes.
Not answering the phone call.
Because
Because I'm
Okay, not answering the phone call.
Oh, to speak up.
Not answering the phone call.
Because I work.
Not answering the phone call?
Because my phone ain't got no batteries.
Phone call?
Ooh.
Okay, so if you're dealing with a guy, obviously he knows your time schedule, especially if you work or entrepreneur. He knows this.
He's saying outside of that, obviously.
I got kids.
We're going to keep this conversation going just for a little bit more, but I want to thank everybody. Well, Mac and I want to thank everybody for tuning in.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. We love y'all. We want to ask y'all to share this again. When
And
you
we're back
tune in
next week.
afterward. Yes, we're back next week. We have a special guest next week. So come tune in. Yeah. Shout out to Legendary Visions, our sponsors, Young and Traveling Massages. Teddy T is in the building.
Yeah.
Live Events TV. We love you guys. We appreciate you. Free Game Podcast. Subscribe. We gotta support each other, guys.
And shout out to everybody who tuned in
Yes,
and watched this live
yes,
tonight for the first time.
Definitely. Yeah, so what's the pettiest reason you said? Because they ain't got no batteries.
We off?
No, see, she's still stuck on the barrel.
No, we better get back to
Nah.
what was that other
We're just going to keep going outside of that.
The question was, why
So we got another question, so we just want to keep going outside of that.
we're done.
Yeah.
this black and
So